Let's start. 5 minutes. Let me start recording. Can I? I'm not sure. I don't see the recording option. And I don't see the recording option. Okay, great. I don't see the recording option, so I cannot start that, unfortunately.
Okay. Airmo and YouTube are running, by the way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our reps call. This is run every month, usually. Okay, great. I don't see how to record, but if it's there on YouTube, should be fine. So, hello everyone. Welcome to another reps call. As you know, we run these calls every month, usually towards the end of the month. And these are calls that are open to everyone. So everyone should feel free to come and listen to what we are talking about. This call is also on YouTube or in Airmo. So if you're watching from YouTube or Airmo, hello. Welcome. So let me tell hello and welcome to Yuhis, Konstantina, Danny, Bob, Mehul, and Leia. Welcome everyone. We have an Etherpad. Please sign yourself in there or in the community portal. And so, as always, we will leave time for questions. So if you have questions and you don't feel like saying it out loud, put them on the Etherpad or in the chat or in the matrix room, and I will read them out for you. And if you have some so shout out for members of the community or for everyone who made your life better this month, please add them there and I will read them. So hello, I never understood how to read that. Hello, SCT, one that is watching us from YouTube. And so let's go ahead and introduce the main person of this call, that is Yuhis. Yuhis is the new add-ons developer advocate, and I think a lot of you really would like to have a chat with him. And so if you have any question, add them there, ask them directly. And if you have a question afterwards, you can always reach out to me or reach out to Matrix, and we'll be happy to answer some question. Oh, hello also to Juan and Mike. Hello, everyone. And so I will now pass the word to Yuhis. And if you want to introduce yourself, we are happy to have you here.
Sure. Awesome. Thanks for having me. Like Francisca said, my name is Yuhis. I'm the new developer advocate for Firefox add-ons. I joined Mozilla in August, so I'm hitting my 3-month mark with the company and the community next week. A little bit of my background. I started as a hobbyist web developer roughly 20 years ago. Started building things for myself. And then over time, I thought I wanted to be a developer. And I did that for a couple of years as a job. And then at some point I had this big realization that I can have the biggest impact by not writing the code myself, but rather helping the people from the community, helping new people get into software development, to learn how to do it, to meet each other, to be inspired by each other.
thanks for coming. So I think we already see one question in the Etherpad, so I'm going to ask them, and I have also some question of my own. So we say, oh, there's a very specific question. Do we have to port our add-ons to Manifest v3 or is v2 still compatible?
Before I answer that exact question, I want to give a little bit of background for those who might not be familiar with the extension world. So when you build extensions, you basically decide what version of the platform you are using. For the past how many years, it's been called Manifest v2 or version 2. And right now we are in the process of transitioning into the new version, MV3. It was initiated by Google in their Chrome browser. In Google it already exists on Chrome, and we are bringing it to Firefox. We don't have a launch date yet, but it's coming. And to the exact question of do the extension developers need to port? Not right away. Basically, at Firefox, we haven't made decision yet about what will happen, what will be the timeline of the old MV2. Once we get the version 3 out, we will keep both of them going. And basically we want to see what the kind of response from the community is. How quickly will the extension developers adopt the new version 3? Because if you build extensions to multiple platforms, for example, Firefox and Chrome, you will need to port the Chrome part at least, the version 3. So we also want to make sure that the developers have it. Like, they don't need to support both version 2 and version 3 just to be compatible with Firefox. But there's no kind of immediate rush. But we do recommend that you start looking into it, because there's some great improvements coming with the MV3. And actually we are currently just finishing a blog post to help the developers to already start migrating some of the features while still being in MV2. So what we have essentially done is we have backported some of the functionality that comes out in MV3 so that it also works in version 2. And one of the reasons for that is that we want to give the extension developers as easy migration as possible. So if you want to get started, you can already start doing that. And the blog post will come. I don't know the exact date, but in the upcoming weeks. And that will kind of guide you through how to get from MV2 closer to MV3 without yet switching over. What the long-term future will be, it remains to be seen. Like I said, we haven't made decision yet. My personal kind of assumption is that the kind of big shift to MP3 from the community will start to happen next year. And then kind of eventually the MP2 will become kind of what's the word? What kind of not needed anymore in terms of that. But there's no rush. We don't have a deadline for MP2. And then when that day comes, we will let the extension developers to know well in advance what we decide to do with MP2. But right now, we just want to get MP3 out to Firefox. We want to see what the adoption is, what kind of feedback we get from the community, and then we'll see where we end up from there.
Great, thank you very much, Luis. I think Mehul said that that's great to hear. And so, thank you.
And maybe I could add to that, like the things that we will support in Firefox to make it so that the extension developers will have the best possible experience, even when moving to MP3. And if you or in your communities there are any concerns or people have kind of use cases that they think they are not able to do in MP3, please kind of guide them to my way. We would love to hear what are those things that extension developers are thinking and struggling with.
Thank you. So we also have another comment that Danny, hello Danny, say that he is looking forward to that blog post. I also want to say hi to Takeshi, that I think is in Hermo, and hello to Joe that just joined. So we already have another question. Say, any news about expanded add-on support on mobile, especially Android?
Yeah, so basically there are plans to start increasing the support for add-ons. I don't have any kind of detailed news about it, but it is something that in the long run we do want to support. There are some technical kind of reasons why it's not exactly the same as the support for desktop is right now. But those are things that I've been hearing a lot from the community, that there's a lot of desire to get good support for the Android version as well. And it is something that we've discussed. I've taken the thoughts from the community to the Android team. And in the long run, it's definitely something that we are looking into making more available.
Thank you, Yuvins. I have a question on my own. You say people should go your way. Can you give us an idea, for example, which channels it will be easier to reach to you? Just so people know, Yuhis is in the Reps Mozilla channel in Matrix and also in the community room in Matrix, but there are other channels that you prefer people to reach out to you.
Yeah. Basically, if you just want to chat about stuff, I'm in Matrix, I'm at UIS. If you want to talk about specifically add-ons and extensions related things, we have add-ons channel, which is, let me double check how it is written. I think it's just hashtag add-ons. That's a great place, not only to reach me, but also to ask questions about extensions, about add-ons, about if you have any trouble. That's a good place to ask questions. We have a really active community of people in there, so you're very likely to get help in those issues as well. I also read the discourse, the add-ons sub-discourse a lot, so that's a good place to ask questions, to give feedback. But yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. There's no bad place to do it. I'm happy to do it in any major channel where you find me. The Reps channel is good. Starting point, we can then move from that towards the more suitable ones if you are not sure where to start. So, yep. And I want to be very much available on a very kind of like low threshold. What if there are no stupid questions? So feel free to reach out, even if you just want to chat and say hi. You don't always need to have like a big agenda to talk. I'm always happy to talk with people.
Yes, I have another question, but I will ask if someone else in the room has a question first. No? Okay, then I go ahead. So a lot of, for example, the Reds, but also other people, they are leaders in their own community, and sometimes they like to show their community the way you could contribute to Mozilla. Relating to add-ons, what is a good way to get started, for example? What would you suggest someone who wants to get started in the add-ons community? What is a good way to get started, to get involved?
Yes. So basically there's two ways. One of them is to where we have the technical documentation. And there's some tutorials on how to burn building things. I also recently taught a class about how to build extensions, and I put that into a blog post form, which currently lives on my personal blog. So I linked all of those into the Etherpad.
I want to underline that the title of that blog post is Kittens Everywhere, How to Build a Browser Extension. I want to ask more about that title.
Yeah, so the name of the extension that I decided to use as an example is Kittens Everywhere. And the idea came from, I wanted to build an extension that when you are on a website and you click on the button for the extension, it replaces all the pictures with cute pictures of kittens, because sometimes the world is a little bit too serious, a lot of doom scrolling happening. Sometimes you just want to take a break. So that's where it started. And then throughout the class I also added dogs, because some people enjoy dogs more than cats. But yeah, that was the extension that I wanted to build as an example for what are the very first steps, what are the tools that you can use, and then moving on step by step to a couple of more complex or more advanced features, and also how to learn more about those topics. And then the other part that I don't unfortunately have a good answer yet, other than join the Matrix chat in the add-ons channel, is contributing to the web extension platform in Firefox. That is something that is still on my to-do list, to figure out kind of how to get people involved with that. But if you are involved, or you meet somebody who is, the Matrix chat room add-ons is a really good place to direct people to ask about how they could contribute to Firefox. And then I can help poke some people in the team to help us figure out how to do that. But that is a part of my kind of community thing that I haven't got into yet. But it is definitely on my table.
Great, thank you. Let me check. Does anyone else have questions? Please don't be shy. I don't see any question in the Matrix room or in the Etherpad. So I will ask one last question on my own, and then I think we can let you go. And so my question is, when you started just 1 month ago, what are the first things that you're going to look at in terms of the add-ons community or the building community? And if a lot of our people, a lot of our volunteers are involved in many different communities, so I think my question is, what are the first you're looking at, and if you're looking to collaborate with other communities or things like that.
Yes. One big thing that is going on is the Manifest V3. That is a lot of kind of outreach to community, a lot of content coming in. That's been one of the main parts of my first couple of months. But then, at some point, hopefully still this year, we also want to start the community goals within the add-ons community. We have been brainstorming kind of the format and the idea we can offer those people opportunities to get involved in the extension scene as well. So that is one of the examples that we are currently discussing and something I'm definitely looking forward to. I also want to do things about the dev tools. So there's a lot of existing built-in dev tools in Firefox that help extension developers. But there's also the possibility to build your own extensions that live within the dev tools. And I want to get people from that community, both from the people who are building the dev tools in Firefox and people who are building extensions that live in the dev tools, together to help everybody learn what are the options, what are the opportunities. So for me, collaboration is definitely one of the things that I want to do. And if there are any ideas from anybody in the Rex community or in the larger community, reach out. You have probably been in this community longer than I have, so I'm very open to hearing what best practices you've done in your community. What seems to be the things that resonate with the members of the community? What kind of formats? What kind of outreach? And also if you need any help brainstorming, ideating, community stuff, I'm more than happy to help.
Great. Thank you very much, Luis. That was a really great answer. Very interesting. We have a couple of minutes more, so if there are no more questions, I will just add a couple of informations. So, as you know, the major release happened. I hope all of you know, and we have sent you out communication asking you to post on Twitter or any social media about which one is your new favorite features. So or if you manage one of the community channel, asking other people which one is your favorite feature. And so we saw already some tweets, some of the community channel. And if you use any social media and you would like to do this, please feel free, which I mean, please do it. And so I sent all the information by email, and I also posted in the Rats channel. And we also have some images that you can use if you want to do that. I don't have anything else to add, and I see Constantina and Mike are here. I don't know if you want to add anything. Okay. Then thank you very much for coming, Joe, Danny, Bob, and Mehul, and also everyone who is watching us in other channel, which I think is Takeshi. And hello. And so have a good rest of your day, morning, evening, everyone, and see you all in a month or so. Oh, and our new community call, it's coming the 17th of November. So I will send out communication about that soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye.